program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
My head, you gave me migraine. How can I lie and say I'm fine? Took another sip to write this around.
Guys, if you want to hear about my breast reduction story or about something else, breast reduction story skyrocketed, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I'm just going to start off by telling you the steps to this process. So before I got my breast reduction, I was over a triple D, which is very, 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 very big. Okay, I could not find any bras in the store. It was to the point where I would have to get my bras custom made. Didn't have the money for that. Not only that, I was having back pains, neck pains, all types of stuff. And it was really crazy because I used to wear like 3 bras at a time. It would leave my skin engraved and stuff. When I had turned 17, I decided that I wanted to get the procedure done, and I went ahead and I looked up on Google breast reductions in Houston, Texas. And I found a couple of hospitals where they did the procedure, and I called her and I was like, hey, my name is so-and-so and I would like to get a breast reduction done. She was like, okay, cool. Well, we have a consultation in February, but you'll have to get referred. You'll have to get referred by your doctor first. That's one of the steps that you'll need. You'll need a referral from your doctor. Your doctor saying that they suggest that you get this procedure done. I set up an appointment with my doctor immediately, like the next week. And I told my doctor, I'm having back pains. I feel this, I feel that. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I can prescribe you some medicine and I can do this, I can do that. I'm like, or give me a breast reduction. And she was like, oh, you sure, you know, you're too young to have this type of traumatic, whatever she said, thing done to your body. But I was like, no, I'm ready, I want a breast reduction. So she went ahead and she referred that I get a breast reduction. Once that step was completed, I was able to call the hospital again and let them know, hey, I got referred by my doctor. It's on black and white, it's on paper, and I would like to show up to one of the consultations. She was like, great, I got two spots open, so you can come. And that was that. It was scheduled in February. At the consultations, they set it up by a certain amount of girls. I don't know how many girls it's gonna be. I don't know how many people it's gonna be, but I know that in my consultation, it was like 7 girls. And it can only be 7 at a time. Day of consultation, I went there and I saw the other girls. We all had big breasts. We all had something to get rid of. They put us in separate rooms and I was able to meet my surgeon. She was very nice. Everybody was nice. They make you feel like you're the only one in the world getting a surgery. They take you seriously, and it's crazy because they do surgeries almost every single day or deal with people every single day. But they were very nice. They were very calm. They were very patient, and they give you as much information as they can. I was in my own room. And you have to come with your parent, which I came with my mom, and the other girls came with their moms. She talked to me. She was like, so why do you want the breast reduction? And just like I told my doctor, I told her I'd be having pains. So annoyed with the fact that I can't wear what I want to wear. I wasn't able to wear shirts that I wanted to wear without, if it was a worded shirt, let's say the shirt said bubbles or something, it'll be like bulls. I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear, and then physically it was bothering me because my back was hurting. Like, well, you know what, I completely understand. And she said, I can see that I guess this is the waist or whatever you want to call it. This right here, this part of my body right here was too small for my breast. It didn't even make sense. I was a 32 with G breasts, and they don't even, you know, they don't, GE, whatever it was, they don't even make those kind of bras. The waist and the bust did not, the CM and the bust, or whatever you want to call it, it did not go together at all. She was like, yeah, you do have some very, very big breasts. And she let me know right then and there that they'll be taking pictures of my breast to send off to my insurance company. I decided I'm paying through my insurance because I don't have this type of money for that procedure. I know the procedure is over $5,000 and the prices vary. It can be more than that. I never heard of less, but it can be more than that. So I decided that my insurance company was going to be the ones to pay for that. And if your insurance company is going to be paying for your breast reduction, then your pictures have to be convincing, and you have to, the doctors and your pictures have to convince your insurance company that this is what you need, that this is not no cosmetic surgery, this is a medical surgery. It's not something that you just want to, just because you not being bothered, but you just want smaller breasts for your image. No, this is something that you need. It's medical issues. Me and the 6 other girls met up in some room with our mothers, and they discussed the different types of incisions that they'll be doing. And there's 3 incisions. There's the donut, there's the lollipop, and there's the anchor. I believe if they take more out of your breast, you'll end up getting the anchor. I don't know, it just depends. Because one of the girls there, she wanted a breast reduction because one of her breasts was bigger than the other one, and she just wanted them to match. So it was like it wasn't quite necessary for her to get the anchor. They suggested like the lollipop, but I'm gonna insert some pictures of these incisions. If I haven't already, you know, I'll do it again. You can go on Google and you can look it up for yourself and see like the more details about them and the facts about them. So I ended up getting the anchor because I had a large amount of tissue taken out of my breast. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was by grams, I guess. And yeah, so I got that. They were talking to us as if we've already been approved. Majority of the girls there were going off insurance, just like me. So they were talking to us like we were already being approved. And they gave us folders discussing before surgery, during surgery, and after surgery. It just act as if that this surgery was paid for and just it already has been scheduled and everything, which was great. It puts you in a positive mood. So there's only two forms of payment: cash or insurance. I don't know if you can finance your surgery. I've heard of people doing it. I guess you pay monthly after the surgery. I don't know. But as far as I knew, either you can pay cash and get it done, or you can go off your insurance. They stressed to us is that you have to play the waiting game. And that was the hardest part of this whole entire thing for me, is playing the waiting game. It can take you a month to 6 months to hear a yes or a no. And that's scary because it's like you preparing for this surgery, you excited about this surgery. Let's say you wait 5 months and you hear no, you're not getting approved. That's something that'll hurt you, you know? So that's what I was scared about. I was scared that I was gonna get that no because I really wanted that yes, and I know I didn't have the money for it. And honestly, if I would have got a no, I would still be walking around with them breasts because I don't have the money for this procedure, you know? But she said also that if you get a no, we will stress to them and keep resubmitting over and over and over as much as you want us to, so we can stress to them that you need this, because all they can see is pictures. They don't know what we go through as women or just young girls. They don't know, because it's more to having big breasts. You can be, for a long part of my life, you know, people would talk about me sexually, you know, and that messed with me mentally. Physically, it just hurt it all the time. And, you know, and mentally, I was kind of insecure about myself because I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear. And I always looked bigger than I actually was because I had these big old breasts. And it just wasn't for me. It's for some people, but it just ain't for me. Understand mentally, emotionally, and physically what it'll do to you as a young adult, or just any woman, you know, what it'll do to you. The insurance company, they just go based off pictures. And I was scared that when they saw my pictures, they was gonna think, oh, she don't need no breast reduction. Like, she good, you know. She'll stare.
Are you typing?
Yeah.
Then why you talking to me?
I'm gonna cut all that out. So, I was scared when they saw my pictures. I thought they'd be like, I didn't need it, you know, that my, you know, cause when I'm naked, it looked like my breast was okay, but in reality, dealing with them, it was too much. We went back to our rooms, and they did this with every single girl. They took pictures of us, a whole 360, like not just a front, side, back. No, it was every angle you can think of. They had me turn in different little angles so they can see how big my breasts actually were. They lift them, they drop them, they did all that. So you can't be afraid to let these doctors touch on your body. You have to let them do this in order to get approved. Take these pictures, and of course they send them to you know, your insurance company or wherever they send them to. These pictures are confidential, you know. I was thinking like these people gonna have pictures of my breasts, of me naked, you know. But they make sure, excuse me, they make sure that they crop out your head and your bottom area. They just want to see, you know, your breast. After all of that, you know, they sent us home. They let us know we'll give you a call if your insurance company lets us know that you've been approved. And if not, we'll let you know you wasn't approved and we'll resubmit. And you always have the option to go ahead and pay cash or finance or whatever it is. If you're like me, and you're just looking up videos, do that. You know, it'll make you more excited. I just looked up more videos, and I kept looking every day, even if it was the same video, I watched it again because I wanted to know what I was gonna put my body through, and I wanted to be more positive about it, and I didn't want to be scared about it. I didn't really want anything to be new to me. It was my first surgery, and I didn't want to be scared. Watching them every single day just made me more and more excited, and it made me feel more and more positive about it. It was something I couldn't get off my mind. I also would call my insurance company because, you know, people like to move on their own time. It is very possible and okay for you to call your insurance company, let them know your name, I guess your social, and let them know, hey, this is so-and-so. I want to know if I got approved. Have I got approved yet? And they will let you know, oh, it's still pending, or it hasn't been approved, or not just yet, still pending, it's still pending, it's still pending. Let me take that back. They're not going to say it hasn't been approved. They're just going to say it's still pending. They're only going to say it hasn't been approved if it hasn't been approved. There's a yes or a no, or it's pending. That's it. I did not care. I steady called them all the time, waiting to talk to somebody, letting them know, hey, have I been approved? Hey, have I been approved? One day I called, and she was like, actually, yes. And I was like, are you serious? I was at work. I was so happy. It was music to my ears. I was so happy because at that point in my life, I was going through something. I was depressed, and I just did not want to hear that I'm not getting my breast reduction. So much was going on at that time. So, you know, they said, yes, you have been approved. And I believe this was at the end of March. Before they can even call my doctor, I called my doctor and I said, hey, my name is Courtney, so-and-so, and I have been approved. And she was like, are you sure? I said, yes, I've been approved. She checked her emails and she said, oh, wow, you have been approved. She was like, so when do you want to set up your appointment so we can discuss what's going to happen on surgery day? Just be more specific about what's going to happen on surgery day since you've been approved. Because some of the things we did not discuss, what day I was going to get it done. We did not discuss that, which is right. I mean, why would we discuss that and I haven't been approved? We did not discuss how much they were going to take out. And they need to know this so they can let the insurance company know that they'll be taking this much amount, this much of them. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't know about what the doctors do behind the scenes. I just know what I know. Scheduled my appointment. I think it was in April. The beginning of April. I went up there and she was like, well, congratulations, you've been approved. And I'm like, thank you. I'm very happy about that. She says, so let's discuss what size do you want to be? And I didn't know what size I want to be because my breast's been big for so long, so I never pictured myself in a smaller size. I always said I wanted it. And when they really ask you the question, what size you want to be, you have to make sure that you want to be that size, because when it's time for you to get on that surgery table, that operating table, excuse me, that's how much they're going to take out. I said, I honestly don't know. I don't want to be too small, you know, because my shoulders are kind of broad. I didn't want to look like no 12-year-old boy, so I was like, you know, I don't want to be too small, but I don't want to be big to where if my breasts continue to grow, they can grow back to how big they were. She said, look, I can see you as a C or a D. And she looked at my mom. She said, what do you think, Mom? And my mom was like, a D. And I was just like, like a D, you know, it's quite large. I know a lot of girls that aren't Ds that are my age, they're like C's or B's. She was like, yeah. She was like, you know what? Yeah, that's right. She said she'll be great as a D. It'll fit her. Her breasts would look right, you know? So we discussed what's gonna happen and how I can't eat past 9, how I can't drink past 9. They gave me some more papers to put in my folder. Gave me another piece of paper that was more detailed about what was gonna happen on my surgery day. Let's also discuss what day do you want this done. I have a May, 11th, I have a October, I have a December. I was like, She was like, or do you want to get it done next year? I was like, no. I was like, I want to get it done now, ASAP, as soon as possible. I want it done. And she was like, okay, May 11th. I got you scheduled for May 11th. Let's fast forward to the day before surgery. I followed my paper, and I would suggest that you do that. If you're getting your surgery, follow your paper. Follow what your doctor told you to do, because your body is not like hers. Your body isn't like mine. Your body is different. Your doctor is different. The hospital is probably different. Even if you went to the same hospital, still listen to what your doctor told you. The day before, I didn't drink, I didn't eat past 9, which was new to me because I always eat all the time. Something else that she mentioned to me, that I have to make sure that I don't gain any weight. She already put on paper how much she's gonna take out, and it's already been approved for that much, you know? So she cannot take out more. If I gain more weight, that, you know, she's gonna take out what she's supposed to. I can't add on to that and expect her to take out more. So I made sure I didn't gain too much weight, and I was the same size I was when I first came there. Now, she wanted me to lose weight for whatever reason. I don't know. She wanted me to lose weight, but I didn't. I'm kind of mad about that because I wanted to lose weight, but I guess when I get nervous and when I get anxious, I start eating. So I was eating a lot, but I maintained my weight. I stayed the same size. My appointment was at 9 a.m. I'm gonna insert a video of me just excited about my surgery. I didn't wear a bra because why would I wear a bra? I did not wear a bra. It's time for surgery. It was me, my mother, and my boyfriend was there to support me, and my mom was there to support me. So for surgery day, of course, you want to have somebody there to support you. If not 1, 2 people, if you possibly can. They check my vitals, they check my weight, as I mentioned. They checked to see if I had a fever. They just, you know, did doctor stuff. And then eventually I found myself in my own room with my mother and my boyfriend there. Insert a video here. Or a video or picture, whatever it is, but she put something around my legs, and she told me that is to make sure that my blood is still flowing and that my legs don't fall asleep. Whatever it was very important to have them around my legs.
Leg massagers.
The anesthesiologist, forgive me if I said that wrong, anesthesiologist, whatever. She came in there and she introduced herself, and she let me know that she's gonna be giving me my anesthesia, and I had questions for her. I watched so many surgery videos, and some people were saying how they couldn't move and they would basically be paralyzed, but they could hear and they could feel what was going on with their body, and it's like the worst pain ever. I asked her, I'm like, can you make sure when you guys are doing my surgery that I am overdosed with anesthesia, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to wake up. And she was like, look, we're gonna give you the right amount of anesthesia, you know. And of course she wasn't gonna overdose me, because I don't know, I'll probably die. But she was like, we're gonna give you the right amount of anesthesia and make sure that you do not wake up during the surgery. That's the last thing you gotta worry about. As a matter of fact, you don't have to worry about it at all. It's not gonna happen. That made me feel much better. She reassured me that she was gonna make sure that, you know, I told her, look, check on my eyes, make sure that I'm not moving, wiggling my toes. Cause look, the girls that discussed that they woke up during anesthesia, and you can look it up, they would say that they were like moving their eyes and moving their fingers, trying to let the doctor know that I'm up and I can feel everything and I can hear everything. But the doctors will be too busy working on them. They still do what they do. So then I also got to meet a couple of the nurses. I got to meet everyone who was in the room and who would be seeing my body. I got to meet all of them. I also got to meet some other guy. I don't know exactly who he was, but he drew on my breast for my surgeon. He drew where she will be cutting me, and it looked so crazy. It really did. I'm sure it made sense to her, but I was looking at it like, what does this mean? Like,
I just got my...
Today you are being in a few minutes with the anesthesia, so he can fix it.
he just drew, it looked like he drew mountains. Like he was just drawing and drawing and drawing, and then eventually he left. So about 15 minutes later, they came in, they said, all right, we're ready to take her back. They started pushing me to the back, and when they started pushing me to the back, I immediately started praying, because you never know what's gonna happen. It's a life or death situation with every single surgery. I don't care what nobody says, you know, anybody operating on your body or anything like that, that's a life or death situation. Anything can happen, anything can go wrong. The wrong move could throw everything off. So I started praying and praying and praying and praying and praying that God be with me the whole surgery, that he sent out his angels to watch over me and these people working on my body. When I got back there, I was so scared, and what scared me was the operating table. I don't know if you ever seen an operating table, and I don't know, like maybe it's just scary to me, but it's so scary. I had on a gown, so my butt was out, and because my butt was out and my back was out, when I got on that operating table, it was cold. It was really, really, really cold. Like, I was just so uncomfortable. Got back quiet and I started back praying again. She was like, hey, name a flavor. And I said, strawberry. And she was like, okay. And she put a gas over my face. I guess this is laughing gas, whatever you want to call it. She put that over my face. And I started praying. I don't know where my thoughts went. Like, they just, I don't know. Slowly, like, everything faded black. And all I remember telling them is, no, wait. That's all I remember. I told them, no, wait. I did like this, and then I know it was just black. I remember seeing her stick something in my arm, and I believe that was the IV or whatever for the anesthesia, the liquid anesthesia. She stuck something in my arm for that, and it worked, I guess, instantly. But, yeah, so then I was out of there. 3 seconds go by, I'm back up. My surgery was 6 hours, but to me it was 3 seconds. It was like a blink, like literally like a blink. I was in a whole nother room with a whole nother doctor, and there was my mother and my boyfriend waiting on me, and they were just there. And I was high. I was very high on that anesthesia. I was telling the nurse that I wanted to go home with her. I was just talking out my neck. Like, I wasn't making any sense at all. I remember just feeling really, really weak. I had to pee really bad. They wheelchaired me to the restroom, and I got up, and I thought I was gonna have to pull that red thing. You know that red thing that be in the hospitals that say it's an emergency? I thought I was gonna have to pull one of those because I was so weak. I was about to pass out in the restroom. My nurse, she dipped out on me real fast. I don't know what she went to go do. She went to go do something, but I had to walk myself back to, kind of crawl myself back to my wheelchair, and then she came back outside, and I was just like, at this point, I had an attitude. I really did. I had an attitude with my mama and my boyfriend and the doctor. I had an attitude with them when it was time to go home. Everything was annoying me. We went outside. When it was time for me to go home, they asked me if I wanted to stay. I said no, I want to go home. And just the cars passing by, that was annoying to me. It was getting on my nerves. And then we had to wait on my mom's car. And I'm like, dude, like, what's taking so long? I'm getting irritated because my breasts was starting to hurt and my head was hurting, and I was coming down off this anesthesia, and it was just too much. So I was just really upset with pretty much everybody, and I just wanted to go home. The car ride was terrible. Mama drives slow, but the car ride was just so annoying. Like, it was just bumpy, and it was hurting my breast and hurting my head and all that. Eventually I made it home, and I had help. You're gonna need help. You're going to need help. You're going to need help to wash yourself. You're gonna need help to just eat. You're gonna need help. I was in bed. Out of 24 hours of the day, I was probably in bed for about 20 hours. I only got up to pee, and I hardly ate. I was so weak, and it's crazy because I love my sleep, but I never slept that much in my life. I was in so much pain, and then I had to sleep on my back or put a pillow on my side. I couldn't sleep on my breast, and I don't like sleeping on my back. So it was crazy. I'm not trying to scare anybody. This just lasts about, how long it lasts? For like a week, 4 days, about 3 days. It depends. It really depends on you and how much pain you're in. But I know I had my boyfriend with me for like a week, taking me to the restroom. He had to walk me to the restroom. I couldn't walk by myself. He had to walk me to the restroom. He had to wait on me and walk me back. I would wake him up out his sleep and tell him like, hey, I need help, you know, because my mom, she couldn't do it all by herself. So they're the only two I had. I'm gonna go ahead and insert some pictures and videos of me from the past and how big my breasts were, and a before and an after. My suggestion as far as aftercare, post-op, or whatever you want to call it, follow your paper. Follow what your doctor tells you to do. People have different experiences. People do different stuff. Some girls had a drainage. It's this tube that has blood. Like I said, everybody's different. I didn't have that. I had to drain their blood every so many hours or so many days and close it back up and go get that taken out. But I didn't have to go through that. There's nothing to be scared about. It's one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I'm so much comfortable with myself. I'm so much happier about myself. I'm so more secure. Like, I love myself more now that I done handled that and you know, dealt with that. I'm healthier. I'm more active. It's like I said, it's one of the best decisions I ever made in my life for myself. And if you're going through this and it's hurting you, and you have big breasts and it's hurting you and you don't like that, get it done. Get this procedure done. Don't worry about nobody judging you. Don't worry about your scars. They'll clear up. It's nobody's business about your scars. If you get a man and he can't accept the fact you got scars on your breast, and that's not your man, period. That's not the man for you. Anybody got a problem with you doing better for yourself, don't need to be dealing with you. And that was the last thing that was on my mind, what a person thought about my breasts, because hey, I did this for myself. I ain't do this for anybody else. Everybody constantly told me, don't get it done, don't get it done. You look fine, don't get it done. I don't care how I look. Well, I do care how I look in a way, but I don't care how I look to other people. I care how I look to myself. And to me, I did not look nice. And to me, I was in pain. And to me, it was just too much going on for little old me. I've been dealing with it for too long. So put that to rest. Put that to an end. Do what you gotta do. It's very easy. I thought it would be harder than that. I didn't need my mom help on anything. I just needed my mom to help me after I got the breast reduction. I didn't need her help finding a doctor. I didn't need her help calling I did everything on my own. Not saying that she didn't want to help me. I'm just saying it's that simple. It's not complicated at all. All you need to do is get into somebody's consultation. Talk to your doctor. Don't be afraid to ask your doctor questions. Don't be afraid to let her know, because at the end of the day, this is something that you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life. Every question I wanted my doctor to know, I asked her. I was in that room asking questions. Miss. I had so many questions at my consultation. I had questions that the girls didn't think of asking. They'll be like, oh yeah, what about that? Ask those questions. Ask those questions. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Wrap this video up. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, share. If you're getting your breast reduction, you have any questions, go ahead and comment, ask your questions, or hit me up on Instagram. I'm willing to give anybody advice or help them, or you know, anything like that, because I didn't have any of that for my surgery. I didn't know anybody that got a breast reduction. I knew no one. I was the first one in my family to get one, the first one out of my friends, the first and only. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my video. And also check out my last video that I did about a month ago. Check that out and like, comment, subscribe if you want to know how to make a wig. Until next time, bye.